Hey guys, welcome back. It's Mr. Marone. So today we're going to expand on what we talked about in class over the last couple of days with our angle pair properties, and we're going to look at them from parallel lines. So when we have parallel lines, you guys know the definition that they're two lines that continue on forever without ever intersecting. And when we have parallel lines cut by a transversal, we have those same four relationships corresponding alternate interior, alternate exterior, and same side interior, but they take on a little bit of a different form, and it makes solving equations very easy when we have these properties. So the properties you guys have in your notes, these are going to be located on page 7. Page 7. They're all filled in at the top, and it basically states that when you have corresponding angles, when you have alternate interior angles, and when you have alternate exterior angles, they're always going to be congruent in our transversal. So if they gave you one angle, you can figure out almost all the other ones based off of that. And the other one, the consecutive interior, or once again our same side interior, those are going to be supplementary. And just so we know, I'm just going to write SSI above consecutive interior, because remember you can also call them same side interior. Okay? So we have three sets corresponding, alternate interior, alternate exterior are all congruent, and then we have the same side interior are going to be supplementary. And as it states there, you can always have congruent vertical angles, and linear pairs will always be supplementary. So let's take a look at two examples. I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to fill them in, so I will pause for a couple seconds, and then when you come back, if you hit pause on the video, you can come back and check your answers against mine. I'll lead you through the first couple, and then I'll pause for that. So in this picture, they gave us that angle 1 was 65 degrees. I would write that in that spot over here. Okay? Now, we know that angles 1 and 5 are corresponding, so that means that I have a 65 degree angle there. Knowing that they're corresponding, it allows us to say that angle 5 is also 65 degrees. Okay? Now, you've got a couple different ways you can go about doing this. I personally choose to use vertical angles. I think they're easiest to see. So 1 and 3 are vertical angles, so that means that number 3 will be 65 as well. Okay? And 5 and 7 are vertical, so that means those will be both 65. Okay? Now, in order to get the other four angles, since they'll all be the same, they're all vertical with each other, 2 and 4, 6 and 8, we have to use either the idea of a linear pair or this idea of a same side interior set being supplementary. So for either one, I could do 180 minus the 65 degree angle that they gave us, and that gives us 115. Okay, so if we did that, say 1 and 2 being a linear pair, that makes this one 115. And since 2 and 4 are vertical, that makes this 115. Okay. Now, 4 and 6 are alternate interior angles, so we can call that one 115. And 6 and 8 are vertical, so we can call that 115. Okay. We could have also said that angles 2 and 8 were alternate exterior to get to 115 there, or we could have said 4 and 8 are corresponding. So there's a lot of different ways to go about this. So for one given angle, we were able to fill in every other angle. And I didn't write it down, but I gave my reasoning through how I stepped through the process. So just kind of keep that in mind. If you're asked to give your reasoning, you could jot down that angle 2 was a linear pair, angle 3 was vertical. It's totally your choice on how you want to, sorry for the typo there, on how you want to reference each thing. Okay? So I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds to look through example 2, then we'll come back and you'll have all the answers filled in, and you can check your answers there, and then we will be done. You guys can move on to the practice in this section. Alright, so there you can see all of my numerical answers along with how I got to each one. With vertical angles, linear pair, alternate interior, alternate exterior, corresponding, a little bit of everything here. Your answers could differ from mine. Your reasons, the numerical answers will not change, but the reasons can change based on how you approach the problem. So just keep that in mind as you go through, that there are well more than one or two different ways to go about this process. Okay? Make sure you take a look at the practice problems on page 8, and we will talk about them tomorrow in class if you have any questions. All right, have a great night, everybody.